Ty, we found our way to the one place that every rider wants to end up, the podium. This is the Thundersport GB Championship 2016.
Welcome to Donington Park here for the penultimate round of the Thundersport GB Championships. It's time for the Avon Tyres Supertwins HMT Racing Stocktwins. And there you can see number 49, Paul McClung from Haddington, a rider that on his day can win any race. Johnny Towers, well, it's an interesting development in the championship. Johnny Towers came into this weekend 20 points ahead, but had an absolute disaster yesterday, and John Simpson has taken the lead. So we'll see what happens in this race. Away we go from the line, and it will be Johnny Towers, I think, that might just get the whole shot. Number 17, no, Paul McClung. John Simpson is number 71. Further back, of course, we have the Stocktwins as well. And congratulations to Greg Madero, who became the champion. A phenomenal season for Greg out there, number 60. So well done to him. Second place looks like it's just about done as well. Aaron Bradley, who's not racing here this weekend. So in terms of the Stocktwins Championship, third place up for grabs between Max Dixon, number 42, and Alex Platt, number 43. At the front of this one, as we know, Johnny Towers and John Simpson are in a two-horse race for the overall title as we ride on board with Stocktwins rider Alex Platt. Johnny Towers, number 17, has a bit of work to do. A couple of shaky rounds for him. And John Simpson's really got some momentum. Someone's gone quite wide there. That's Paul McClung, who's just gone wide. So Paul McClung, who was right at the sharp end of this, has gone out. Now that is big because McClung is fighting for third in the championship with this man, Dan Taylor, of course, last year's Stocktwins champion. So that will be a nice sign for Dan, even though it's to Paul's misfortune. There is Greg Madero, just up ahead of Ryan Brain. Good strong field this. It's been growing and growing every single year. You're going to see a fair few of Brilliant 450s fighting with these guys next year as well, just to really add to the interest. But Johnny Towers it is that has the lead from John Simpson, the Trick Bits rider there, number 71. They are the two that will fight it out for this championship. Now, 25-point lead it is that John Simpson now has coming into this race. Sits here with me in the commentary box. In a way, Sid, it's difficult to believe that Johnny Towers has managed to let a lead slip, because, what, 2-3 rounds ago it looked like it was, you know, you could close the door on the championship, but it's not the case, and Johnny's had a couple of slippery rounds, hasn't he?
Well, it's just the same old story, isn't it? You know, it happens over and over again. You know, you get your bogey tracks that you don't like, and then you get disasters like he's had. I mean, like yesterday was a non-entity, and to be fair, I don't think he was going to be, he thought he was going to be back today, but in fairness, his team and various other people who I've lost count of all the names have more or less built his bike from the ground upwards. So this is certainly a burn the midnight oil special that he's riding here today.
Well, certainly for the man in second place, John Simpson, I bet he can't believe it. It was as much of a home round as you could get for John Simpson last time out in Anglesey, and that was where the tide really turned. In terms of the championship points, as John Simpson there has a front-end moment, just going into the Melbourne Loop. He'll be desperate to get past Johnny Towers, but he now is the man with a championship to guard. So he would have gone to bed last night with a 25-point championship lead, wondering how on earth has this just happened?
Wasn't expecting that, was he?
He certainly wasn't. Into the slipstream he now goes of Johnny Towers, and pulls out of the slipstream. In the background there, Dan Taylor. Well, he could do with finishing in third. Points-wise, third for the championship could be his. John Simpson it is that goes out front though. He goes past Johnny Towers. Towers will not want to lose sight of the Northern Irishman directly ahead of him. Further back you saw the likes of Ryan Brain going well, and Greg Badero, Max Dixon. That's a bike gone down. It's Simpson! Unbelievable! John Simpson, overnight, an unlikely championship leader. Wake up today, he's crashed out of the lead.
Steve, I'm going to have to chalk that one up as a commentator's curse, I'm afraid.
You cannot write it John Simpson, having worked all season to get a championship lead, finally gets a 25-point lead and throws it away at the front. And what that leaves us with is Johnny Towers out front. Now, providing Johnny Towers stays up, although I'm not putting anything in cement, it will be level on points going on to the next race.
How bizarre is that?
Now we're on board with Alex Platt, number 43. He's up inside the top 8 and making another place up as well. As he goes past number 95, Grant Robertson. There's Platt. Really lovely, friendly person off circuit. There's Ryan Brain just up ahead of Greg Madero. Great for Greg Madero to get that championship win ahead of Aaron Bradley, Dixon, etc. Now then, Johnny Towers will already know that he's got the lead because, of course, he knows exactly what happened to John Simpson just a moment ago. Dan Taylor's moves up into second, Ryan Brain third, Greg Madero fourth. Ryan Brain is a stock twin, I should just point out here, number 80. So he is leading the stock twins. There you see a bit further back, 111. Aaron Bradley, of course, I think I mentioned earlier that he wasn't here. He is here, he's just not as a stock twin. He's riding on a Twinz Super Twin here today, which means that he's not eligible for stock twin points. Even if he was racing here as a stock twin, I think by his own admission he would say that this championship was done and dusted anyway. He found it incredibly tough to catch Greg Madero. He would have needed a minor miracle, in fact, but he's got second sewn up, so why not have a play on a Super Twin, which is exactly what he's doing. He's out there on a Trick Bits Suzuki, which of course is the same machine as John Simpson just threw up the road a moment ago. We're on board here, or looking at Johnny Towers, the race leader. This is Ryan Brain leading the stock twins. He's in third place overall. Down you'll see Luke Mamet, our Mauritian stock twin rider, just outside, just inside the top 10 in fact. He was battling up at the sharp end, wasn't he, last time out at Anglesey. There is Alex Platt up ahead of Aaron Bradley. What a result this is then for Johnny Towers if he stays upright after such disappointment yesterday. He must have been cursing, but all of a sudden he's been thrown a lifeline to get himself back in charge and back in this championship. I say in charge, you can't really be in charge when you're locked on points with somebody, but it's a much brighter scenario for Johnny Towers heading into this afternoon's second race. And then of course we have Cadwell Park, and that will be interesting because I think Cadwell is a place that Johnny likes, and Cadwell's also a place that John Simpson likes. So let's hope for a proper dust up between the two of them for the 2016 Super Twins title. Johnny has put all of his efforts into winning this year. Last year he played around in this championship and in the pre-nationals as well. This season he's focused on winning this Super Twin title. John Simpson likewise. There's Ryan Brain and Greg Madero in this race at the moment in third and fourth. There's Max Dixon, who's getting closer as well. Max Dixon, of course, third at the moment in the Stock Twins Championship. Just dealing with some traffic there in Johnny Towers. He's looking over his shoulder as well. You haven't got anything to worry about at the moment. There's Dan Taylor. Dan's got to be careful because Ryan Brain is closing. Not long to go in this race now. Dan Taylor would be pretty upset if he lost out on second place. Ryan Brain's had a brilliant race in third place at the moment. Around Goddard's we come then, onto the start-finish straight. And across the line to tick off another lap. A huge lead now for Johnny. Of course, Team Edge RST, Kawasaki 650 RST clothing. He has helped out many of the world's finest riders. There is Dan Taylor. Then he's lost out on second place to Ryan Brain for the time being. There is your lead. Well, that's a perfect example there as the lead that Johnny Towers has got. He's just gone through into the old hairpin, and these guys are still coming through Craners now as Dan Taylor launches an attack up the inside, nicely done, into the old hairpin, neatly done as well from Dan. Goes past a bit of traffic as well. So, ooh, Ryan Brain just got caught up behind there. He's got stuck, and that's cost him a tenth or two. There is Max Dixon, who hasn't had such a problem, and he is closing. And over the shoulder, Ryan Brain looks, and all of a sudden, having been second place, he's now getting a bit worried, I'm sure, about hanging on to that podium. Greg Madero's following him in as well. Johnny Towers here will just be praying for that checkered flag to come out, having seen his title rival throw it away. 25 points gone. He's going to pick up those 25 points. He's going to be level on points with John Simpson with 5 races to go in the championship, as Max Dixon here has a little look up the inside and makes it stick past Ryan Brain. He left the door wide open there. Last lap flag out. Johnny Towers just has one lap here of this Donington Park GP circuit now. And this win will mean a great deal. It was nil points, 0 points for him yesterday here at Donington, and I reckon he was going to bed thinking, this is it, championship's gone. John Simpson would have been going to bed thinking, brilliant, I've got the championship lead, and I've got under his skin. One race and it all changes again. John Simpson's now cursing, watching Johnny Towers pick up an available 25 points. Still a battle going on here though. Dan Taylor still in second, Ryan Brain and Max Dixon are now going to fight it out for the remaining podium position. Of course there's stock twin glory there to consider as well. Up towards Coppice Corner for Johnny Towers. There is Dan Taylor. Second place looks like he might just have that one in the bag now then. Through the foggy S's. Race 2 coming up in a bit as well though. Don't forget and don't count out the fact that Simpson will want to try and get back to winning ways. Paul McClung was an interesting one earlier. Of course, Paul McClung a couple of times this year has showed us what he can do. He can win races, he's more than capable. On board here with Alex Platt then, he just loses out on a place to Aaron Bradley as they head down into the foggy S's for the final time. So this one's going to go all the way to the line, but the checkered flag is being made ready for this man. Johnny Towers, just when he thought the chips were down, across the line he goes, and he takes 25 points, and that is now level between Johnny Towers and John Simpson in the championship, and that has turned his frown upside down. That is for sure. What a relief for Johnny Towers here. He's been thrown a lifeline by his title rival. He takes the win ahead of Dan Taylor. Ryan Brain did get back past Max Dixon in the end to take third and the win in the Stock Twins ahead of Greg Madero and Aaron Bradley. There we see the top 3. Johnny Towers delighted with that ahead of Dan Taylor and Ryan Brain winning the Stock Twins ahead of Max Dixon and Greg Madero.
Ryan, congratulations, first time with Thundersport, and you won the Stock Twins and third place in the Super Twins. Wow.
Yeah, we can't ask for much more really. It's my first meeting with Thundersport. I've had 3 wins and now third in the Super Twins. Can't ask for much more.
Absolutely brilliant. Have you got any sponsors you want to thank?
Just like to thank my dad and his girlfriend Sarah. Without them I wouldn't be able to ride. Thank you.
Excellent, well done Ryan.
Cheers.
Dan, nice second place, up and down championship throughout the year, and you know, but it's nice to keep clipping them in, you know. I mean, I know last year you were Stock Twin champion, but you know, you're doing all right now, aren't you, on this Super Twin?
Yeah, we're trying. I think my engine's not as strong as everybody else's. The riding absolutely fantastic as well, so I just can't make it up where I'm losing on the straights. So yeah, I'm just trying to be consistent. I have had a few crashes at the beginning of the year, but yeah, we're getting the bike sorted. Hopefully get the engine away over the winter and just try and push a bit more closer to the front. But yeah, if we keep finishing, I mean, that's put me back into third, I think, in championship. Unfortunately, McClung didn't finish that one, but I'm sure he'll be out in the next one. So
look forward to another battle then. And sponsors to thank, mate.
Yes, I have. Obviously, I don't get up here very often this year, so I've got to say a big thank you to Direct Commercials. Obviously, they're putting me, getting me into the race entries. I've got Shane Brocklehurst Transport. Again, he's helping me massively. Northlinks Components and SSP. Without you guys, I really couldn't be here. Thank you very much.
Johnny, fantastic win. Good to see you back because you had a tough day yesterday and a day to forget.
I said yesterday was horrendous. I mean, we started here Friday. I had fantastic pace in the morning, went well underneath my own lap record. And then we snapped a crankshaft. Something went wrong, snapped a crankshaft. Ali had to rush the bike back to the workshop, rebuild an engine from the bits that we had. We got it together, qualified on it, felt a bit grumbly. Long story short, it blew up in the first race, so DNF'd. Trevor Scott from Aprilia very kindly offered up one of his Aprilias for me to ride. So I jumped on that, never sat on the thing before, straight onto the grid. It was going all right, third, fourth, and I thought, you know what, there's a podium here, I'm still alive. And unfortunately, an oil seal had blown, and it threw me off at 120, 30 miles an hour on the back straight. So I went home with my tail between my legs yesterday, thinking it's all over. John had taken 45 points out of me. I was properly beaten up, thinking, what am I doing? And overnight, I got a few offers of assistance. Sam McClung, Paul McClung's dad, very kindly offered up a spare engine for us. Ali Grant, as usual, stepped up, put the engine in, missed warm-up this morning, and just pulled it up onto the grid. And you know what? It ain't over till it's over, Sid. So it just shows you, I stuck it out. I could have stayed home, feel proper beat up, but we came down here and had a go. And I'm back in the hunt.
Well, you've already made up half the points that you lost yesterday.
Well, we're back level again now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're literally on equal points. So I've got to keep this alive all the way down to Cadwell. And I could have stayed home last night, but my wife Sam and the kids, they're behind me. Everybody's behind me, and I thought I've got to come here and tough it out. So,
well done, Johnny.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Max, second place in the Stocktwins. Tough race.
Yeah, well, bit of a poor start seems to be the theme of the weekend, really. I mean, after the Anglesey, we struggled with start, so something we've got to work on. Plucked my way back up to the boys who had a bit of a gap on us after I got past a couple of the Supertwins that were holding us up there, and then plugged away, did all the hard work, caught him, led most of the last lap, and then made a slight mistake on Redgate and coming out of the foggy S's, and it's just cost me really into the last corner. A bit disappointing, but it happens, doesn't it, I suppose. Yeah,
as they say, that's racing. Yeah. Have you got some sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, we've got Paul Bradley from Renault Nissan Wirral. He's been a massive help the last couple of years. We've got SRT Motorcycles in Birkenhead, again, sorted us out the last couple of years. Steve from Motrack, he's been a big help. Dee, Andy, me dad, all the boys, been great.
Greg, I don't know what this is going to sound like to you, but 2016 champion. So third place on this TV day grid, but you've had a lot of wins. Obviously, you have to do that to get where you've got to. But congratulations!
Thank you very much. It's been a tough season, struggling towards it. Some close racing with all the boys in the field, especially Aaron Bradley, who kept me awake every single race. Wouldn't let me get away from him. So we had some brilliant races with Aaron. Unfortunately, he's not in the mini twins this time, because I'm sure he'd be there for a good old battle again. I'm over the moon with that. It's everything you work towards when you go away at a weekend. At the beginning of the year, it was my dream to achieve that, and now it's finally come true. So everything I've put into it, all the hard work that goes on away from the racetrack, whether it be getting the bike ready for nights beforehand and stripping it down and checking things, or going to the gym, making sure that I'm physically fit for it, every part of it finally worked off, and I got the reward that I wanted. So yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with that.
For sure, there's some people that helped you on the way.
Massively. You can't do it on your own, never can. I think it's a massive struggle if you try to do it on your own, and there's a lot of people that have given me a little bit of help here and there. Massive thank you to Simon, who's helped me out this weekend towards a set of tyres once again, because we were on old tyres yesterday. Also, Ed at Precision Signs in Northampton, he's helped me out with the graphics on the bike and some graphics for the van. And as always, my stepdad Ray, because without him, I definitely wouldn't be in the position I'm in now. He works so hard on the bike. He always makes sure it's exactly, if I tell him there's something wrong with it, he tries to fix it, and he's really good at what he does. So I'm over the moon with it, and without those guys, I definitely wouldn't be able to take this home this year, so I'm over the moon.
Johnny Towers back on level terms with John Simpson, going into the final race up next. Race 2 coming up here for the Avon Tyres Supertwins and HMT Racing Stocktwins, and it is close in the championship. In fact, it couldn't be closer. John Simpson here, having thrown it away in that last race, gave his title rival here, Johnny Towers, 25 points, and they are now locked on points. Unbelievable, really, when you consider what is this round 8 of the championship for 2016. 4 races per event, and somehow they manage to be on exactly the same points, which means that either way, this is going to Cadwell Park. Paul McClung is on pole position, eager to prove that he's on pole for a reason. Had some sort of mechanical failure in race 1. What can he do here in race 2 as they get away from the line up towards turn 1 at Redgate? Johnny Towers with another brilliant start, but Paul McClung closes the door on the lot of them. Dan Taylor also off to a good start. The Stocktwins champion for the last 2 years goes into turn 1 in 4th place. So they'll find their way down through Craner curves now, then into the old hairpin, and it is McClung from Towers, from Simpson, from Dan Taylor, then Ryan Brain, Max Dixon, Alex Platt and Aaron Bradley. Got Sid here with me in the commentary box. We were saying it was remarkable how things twist and turn, but it really does go to show you, doesn't it? There's 7 rounds that we've had so far, 4 races in each round. That's 28 races plus the 3 they've already had. 31 races, Sid, and they are locked on points.
It's a big wow, isn't it? It's just like unreal. We've been talking about cushions all day, people having points cushions, and then they're being wiped out, and it's just another example of it happening over again. And here we are again, and now they're going to be battling it out again, almost like this is the first round.
It does feel a bit like that, it has to be said. Paul McClung at the moment is out front. Paul McClung and Dan Taylor will scuffle it out for that 3rd place in the championship going into Cadwell, no matter what the result is today. But if Paul McClung wins, it would certainly help him, having not scored any points in that earlier race. Dan Taylor there in 4th. So Johnny Towers 2nd at the moment, with John Simpson 3rd. It is your regular points table in terms of your point scoring system, 25 for a win, 20 for 2nd, 16 for 3rd. So at the moment, Johnny Towers would go to Cadwell with a 4-point lead if the checkered flag were to go out right now.
We've had some up and down conditions today, but I'm here to tell you, although the shadows are a bit long, these are almost perfect conditions. The heat of the sun has heated this track up, and the track's at 27 degrees at the moment. It's absolutely brilliant out there. And there's a bit of a breeze, but it's not too bad. It's a lot less than it was earlier.
These 2 guys side by side once more. Yeah, it's hard to believe that. Of course, you might not see it here in these Supertwins races if these are the only ones you're tuning into, but certainly if you watch the rest of the action that's unfolded here at Thundersport on the thundersportgb.com website, you'll see that we have had rain here this afternoon. John Simpson thinking about a move, and I wonder how much that crash will play a part in his mind here in this race. Does he really want to give Johnny Towers any more confidence than he's just picked up? He had him down on the floor, almost begging to stop in the championship last night, and he's basically let Johnny get back up and land a punch right on the chin, and here we are, level pegging. You know, they might well be best friends off circuit, but I do like stirring it up with a wooden spoon.
Yeah,
come on, for the interest from this commentary box anyway, they can't see me from here. This is Johnny Towers then in 2nd, John Simpson in 3rd, and the pair of them almost not bothered in the slightest what's going on, as John Simpson goes into 2nd of what's going on ahead of them with Paul McClung. Number 81 we just saw there, Max Leonard.
Yeah, never mind the fact that Paul McClung has just knocked 0.8 of a second off Johnny Towers' lap record.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Well, like you were saying, the conditions perfect. Paul McClung was on pole for a reason, and he looks really calm and relaxed on that motorcycle. John Simpson now has moved up into 2nd place, so Johnny Towers there in 3rd. Wonder whether Johnny Towers would settle for that after what happened last night, whether you'd say to him with a 25-point deficit on a Saturday night, you'll have a 4-point deficit going into Cadwell. I reckon he'd take that.
I think he would.
But Cadwell Park, well, what a circuit to have as the finale. It will be intriguing. On board here with Alex Platt. Alex Platt at the moment enjoying a good battle with Max Dixon. There he is. Max Dixon number 42, Alex Platt number 43. And back to the front we go. Paul McClung, 25 points. Well, he's well on the way to that. Flying away from the pack. I mean, he's not just, you know, underneath Johnny Towers' old lap record, Sid. He's lapping 1.5 seconds quicker than these guys, who just have eyes for each other.
Yeah, I hadn't checked what rate they were actually at, but yeah, you're dead right. I nowhere near the lap record, but yeah, unbelievable. He's away with it.
Johnny Towers is just stalking John Simpson at the moment. He might have a nibble on the last lap if he's got it in him. But it is an intriguing way to end the championship. I have to say, it's brilliant to see a couple of these championships, of course, go to the final round. There have been some magnificent displays at Thundersport GB in 2016, and riders that thoroughly deserve to have already picked up their crowns, and they can relax now and pick up their trophies. But you have to say that from a neutral perspective, it's always good fun going to a final round of a championship with it all to play for. It looks like this is one of, what, 3 or 4 different championships that we could decide, but actually it's more than that. I think it's the Supertwins, it's the Aprilia 450s, it's the Super Teens, it's the GP1 class, and it's the Sportsman Elite 600 class as well. So there are a lot of championships still to decide between now and the end of the season at Cadwell.
Well, for us as organisers, that's magnificent. It must be frustrating for some of the riders who've had consistently good results. But it just goes to show you that you have, you know, you take that consistency away momentarily and bingo. You know, somebody else comes in, 25 points per race per win, and you are like, you can be 100 points down in one round, can't you?
Yeah, well, we've seen it, haven't we, so many times before. Injury can cost you the championship, one mistake. There's all sorts blowing onto the circuit there, just on the exit of Redgate Corner. As we see Ryan Brain here, number 80. Like he's on for another top 5 finish. Further back there is Luke Mamet, Ben Tolliday. And you couldn't quite get a look on the number there. I think that's Thomas Burnett, actually, number 39. But it is John Simpson here at the moment, who's in second place, that is on for taking the advantage. He's pulled away, hasn't he, from Johnny Towers here?
Crafty look.
He's pulled away, and I think Johnny Towers has said, you know what, white flag out, I'm taking this third place, and I'll see you at Cadwell, mate.
Ryan Brain also is lapping very strongly, Steve. Very strongly indeed.
Just looking at the lap times behind Johnny Towers before he... we look at here, we're on board with Luke Mabbott, but I'm just worried for Johnny Towers' sake if he decides just to roll off. He doesn't want to fall any further back, but at the moment he's got that under control. He's in a safe third. Dan Taylor isn't really close enough to threaten him at the moment as Luke Mamet goes past Aaron Bradley into the Foggy S's, and Luke Mamet makes up another place there. Of course, he's been racing with him all season long. Last lap is out. Last lap flag is out for Paul McClung. Wow, I mean, he's gone across the line, and there's still no sign of Johnny Towers at the moment, who's in third, so you wouldn't. It's John Simpson in second place as he goes around Redgate Corner. It's been a long day at Donington Park. Max Dixon here is just about ahead of Ryan Brain. It's been a long championship as well, but it's not over just yet. I have to say, you know, there can always be twists and turns in the latter stages of any race, Sid, and anything could happen to either John or Johnny on this last lap, but I hope nothing does, because I think it's a mouth-watering prospect. 4 points the difference between these two.
Do nicely with that.
Certainly will. John Simpson has gone past McLean's, and that will be a bit of relief to him after he stacked it earlier there. But Paul McClung, well, what can you say? On occasions, Paul McClung turns up and is absolutely unstoppable. And he's not been at every championship round. We should just point that out. How much of a part would he have played overall had he have been here for every round?
We talk about, once again, ideal conditions, and Ryan Brain has indeed just nearly knocked a second off the lap record.
Well, good going for him, but across the line it's been Paul McClung's race, brilliantly done, and third place is still on for him. He and Dan Taylor will fight it out for third overall in the Avon Tyres Supertwins Championship for 2016 at Cadwell, but crucially, the actual title itself is going to be decided at Cadwell between two riders, and that's John Simpson and Johnny Towers, who are separated by 4 now, with 4 races to go. Dan Taylor was 4th, behind Simpson and Towers. Ryan Brain won the Stocktwins battle and got the lap record. He finished in 5th as well. There you can see a very happy Paul McClung ahead of John Simpson and Johnny Towers. And in the Stocktwins, Ryan Brain, Max Dixon and Alex Platt. Championship standings, hopefully the maths is right. 4 points the difference then between Simpson and Towers. Paul McClung and Dan Taylor locked on points for third as well. Brilliantly poised, and this is one to look forward to when we get to Lincolnshire. Greg Madero has wrapped it up. Aaron Bradley is safe in second place. It's just the battle for third now between Dixon and Platt.
Johnny, well, third place is not a win, but it certainly means that today's a much better day than yesterday.
That will do me, said. You know, this morning I thought if I get 2/3 today, I'd be over the moon with the day we had yesterday. So to win this morning, brilliant, and then literally then, so going all right, and I don't know how, 3 or 4 laps to go, the exhaust blew a hole in it, made a proper racket, and it spooked me. I thought, oh God, no, please not again. And I just rolled off, short shifted, and nursed around. But a third place will really do me, yeah.
Well, it looks like the championship's going to go down to the wire once again.
Yeah, it's back on. You know, we made a big recovery yesterday. You know, I laid in bed last night at 9 o'clock, aching from head to toe, thinking, I'm done, I've had enough. And came up with a bit of a plan and came back here this morning. Ali built another bike up. Sam McClung, Paul McClung lent me an engine. And yeah, I'm lucky to be here, Sid. So yeah, third place. I always think that if I'm on the podium, Sid, there's a lot of people who swap places with you. So you should always be pleased. So I'm pleased enough.
Absolutely, because poor old John didn't make it in the last race. So it's all got close again, you know.
It really has. It's kept the job alive. You know, I sort of had a plan what I wanted to achieve this weekend. That went completely away from me yesterday. So to be back in it and to leave here just losing, you know, yesterday I was 25 points behind the lead, and now I'm just 4 or something. So that's all right. We'll take it down to the wire.
Sounds tasty, me. Well done, Johnny.
All right, thank you very much.
You've had a funny day today, haven't you? But I mean, it's like, I mean, I know it's not so good for you, but I mean, it's obviously going to go to the wire, mate.
Oh yeah, well, I'm happy enough because Cadwell will be my favourite place, so I feel pretty confident going into it. Yeah, earlier on was a bit of a nightmare. Had the wrong tyre choice for the dry conditions and ended up bending it, but you know, that's just how it goes. Johnny had a bad day yesterday, and I had a rough day today, and in that last race there, you know, the bike wasn't just quite the same as it was all weekend after trying to repair it for the last few hours. But we got ahead more in the championship, so looking forward to Cadwell now. I just have to thank a few people. Paul Jinks from Trick Bits. I have to thank Alan Russell from A&R Racing. He's helped me out this weekend. Thanks very much. Kevin from FBM Performance has done a mission in putting the bike back together after the crash, along with Brian Node from Horton Car Care. But yeah, just thanks to all those people for helping me out. Cheers.
Well, this is getting tasty. I can't wait for Cadwell now.
Oh, me neither. Believe me, me neither.
Paul, what a fantastic win that was. I mean, like, brilliant race.
Yeah, it felt good. We've had quite a rough weekend with the bike breaking down. Our foot peg kept snapping off, so we had to go and buy a welder. My dad welded it up, and unfortunately it happened in the first race again today, so we got it all back together, and the plan was just to go out and have fun on my bike, so I done that, and it was quick, so yeah, chuffed a bit.
He tells me at home that he's got every single kind of welder that you could possibly buy. Yeah. And he didn't have one here, and he had to go and buy one.
I know, that's right. We've got like 10 welders at home. I'm a welder to trade, so yeah, just unfortunate we never had one with us, so we've got another one to take home.
I bet you'll have one with you next year. Who do you want to thank apart from Pop?
Just all my my sponsors, my mum and dad, everyone that comes down and helps me, Craig Shillow, just everyone helps me, Diana Dice, Ian, Lenny, everyone, thanks a lot.
Ryan, well, you've had a great day here at Thundersport GB, Donington GP, so you must be well pleased to take all that silverware home on the dashboard.
I can't ask for much more. First round, 4 wins, nothing more I can ask for really.
That's been absolutely amazing. And you'll be at Cadwell Park?
Not sure about Cadwell, got low on money, looking for some sponsorship at the minute, so anyone's welcome on board.
Yeah, what is your number?
Couldn't tell you.
You know the number on your bike.
Oh, number 80.
Number 80.
Yeah.
So let's tell everybody that what you're after is you're after £80 off 80 people for the season. Club 80. There, we'll start it here, shall we?
Club 80 it is.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
That's it from us. It's time to pack up and leave Donington Park. We will see you for the grand finale at Cadwell Park next time.